Let's break down the Yankees first, and then we're going to break down the Rays, and then we'll break down the Sox, and then we'll kind of make our conclusion. So, Tim, you want to start with the Yankees or the Rays?
In terms of breaking them down, I'd love to break down the Yankees.
What's your take on the Yankees, Tim?
I think that for a team that won the World Series last year, they're significantly better.
Really?
Yes.
Now, what do you think makes them significantly better?
Well, because I don't know. I was going to say you have another year with these young up-and-coming players, but then there's a lot of question marks with some of those young and up-and-coming players, so never mind that.
Yankees.
See, it's not even so much the young and up-and-coming players that get me with the Yankees. It's the fact that they have so many older players who continue to produce year after year after year. I mean, Rivera is the one that leaps to mind first. Rivera is almost 40 years old, and he continues to be as effective as he's ever been. And he's obviously a Hall of Famer, but at some point, doesn't that have to stop?
Maybe their hot tub is a time machine.
That's a possibility.
Or at least a fountain of youth.
But, I mean, they still lean on Derek Jeter. Jeter had one of his best seasons offensively and defensively last year.
Is he mid-30s now?
He's late 30s.
Late 30s, okay.
I mean, this is his last year of the 10-year contract he signed, right around when the Red Sox were still, signing Nomar and such.
Wow.
He's
what a 10-year contract, though. I mean,
you can't.
It's incredible. I mean, you see
no
those.
knock from beginning to end.
Yeah. I mean, 10 years of. I mean, did he miss time once in that whole time?
Yeah, a little bit, and he was ineffective for maybe a year out of it. But they're going to be leaning on Nick Johnson at DH, who isn't old, but has an injury history that makes J.D. Drews look almost durable.
I thought that Nick Johnson was a great defensive first baseman.
He's an all right defensive first baseman.
Teixeira's better.
The issue is when he's on the field.
Right.
Teixeira is going to probably be there. You have no reason to think he'll do anything other than excel. Same with A-Rod, but they still lean on Posada rather significantly. You're going to have Brett Gardner getting significant time. You're going to have Nick Swisher getting significant time. You can look at that lineup and say there are things the same as you can do with the Red Sox. If they don't get Beltre hitting offensively, they added Granderson, but Granderson's not a great hitter against lefties.
Right. Yeah, I don't really see that the Yankees are that much better than they were a year ago.
But bearing in mind that they were the best team in baseball from beginning to end last year.
Yeah, they were really good. I guess it seems like it's almost wishful thinking when you start seeing holes in the Yankees that you're not really seeing them. You're just hoping that they're there.
And also, as quickly as those holes develop, they'll find a way to plug it up during the season.
I mean, this is a team that's going to have Javier Vasquez as a four-starter, and can afford to have Jabba Chamberlain be a setup guy for Rivera if they're both still effective.
Yeah.
I mean,
Phil Hughes, their bullpen's not. It's not great. I think it's okay. Isn't it? I mean, if Rivera's great, I guess it's still great.
Well, I mean, let's take a look at the Red Sox bullpen.
We're leaping ahead.
We don't want to leap ahead, but after Papelbon, Bard, and Okajima, the Red Sox bullpen's got some question marks too. Admittedly, we're sitting here trying to nitpick at the world champions, who spent $200 million and have the best team in the game.
All right, so the Yankees are going to be. They're going to be pretty.
They're going to be there. They're going to be there.
And
which
Girardi,
is an obvious statement.
Obviously, Girardi pretty much earned. If anyone was doubting him, those doubts are gone for him.
Yeah, I mean, when you have the talent that he has, there's a lot of it is stay out of the way.
But there was, going into last year, there was that sense of, there was still talk of, they haven't won anything without Joe Torre and.
Well, I mean, I think that's still there.
Yeah.
I mean, when you score as many runs as they scored and you were able to, top your pitching rotation with Sabathia and Burnett, that. And Francona said the same thing in Boston. When you have talented players who excel, you look a lot smarter.
Right.
And it's almost a matter of staying out of the way, making sure the egos are in line, making sure everybody's working towards the same goal. And I feel like he's got that cachet now in New York that he wouldn't necessarily had before they won.